Tell me, do you ever think?
You were expecting maybe somebody else? If you're a Star Trek fan, I'm sure you've had the occasion where a friend says they've never seen the original series. Your initial reaction is probably something like this, but resist. Perhaps you'd like to suggest some key episodes for them that best represent what Star Trek is. This is one of them. Although the 10th aired, it was the first filmed after being picked up as a series. You'll notice some early versions of uniforms. Yike, nice zipper.
Oh my.
And Spock is a bit rougher, barking out orders. Some of the technical aspects of the show at this early stage are rough as well, with dust and film grain appearing on some of the special effects, and notable use of ADR. One audio mistake, fixed in the remastered version, has Sulu respond to a line that is missing from the soundtrack. It is very much an introductory episode, as we are shown the procedures the crew goes through during a crisis, as well as sides of everyday life. For example, Kirk is shown having a routine physical in sickbay.
So you managed to get your shirt off?
They've been intercepted by some sort of mysterious spinning cube, which has them stumped. It begins to misbehave, so they blast it to bits, and we get the first of the now cliched everyone gets tossed around sequence. After a nice little scene between Kirk and Spock highlighting their working relationship, Kirk goes to lunch. McCoy tags along to tell him he's being a bit rough on Mr. Bailey, a young, inexperienced, and thoroughly annoying bridge officer. In Kirk's quarters, we are offered this pure slice of the 1960s. Moving on. Turns out the cube was just the beginning. They are now approached by something larger. Much, much larger. This is one of the most iconic shots of the entire series.
It's so big.
The flagship Viserys of the First Federation. At this stage in the series, the term Federation had not yet been applied to Starfleet. Here the Enterprise is known as a United Earthship. The Viserys is commanded by Balok, a face that would grace many an end credits of the series from now on. Annoyed that their warning cube had been destroyed, Balok now begins a countdown to the destruction of the Enterprise. Bailey cracks under the pressure and is sent to his room. With just minutes to spare, all seems lost, and Spock says that when playing chess, one must admit defeat. He even stifles an "I'm sorry" for that lame assessment. During a tense argument with McCoy, Kirk comes up with the idea of changing from chess to poker. He then bluffs Balok into believing the Enterprise is fitted with a doomsday device known as Corbomite. It works, Balok blinks, and says he will use a small ship to tow the Enterprise to a planet for internment. Turns out Balok's tiny ship is no match for the Enterprise, and it breaks free from the tractor beam. All is well. Coffee time. A good episode. We are introduced to our main characters, and there are fine interactions between them, although poor Uhura is only allowed to say hailing frequencies open. There's the extra bonus of Ted Cassidy, who had appeared as the android Rock in Episode 7, voicing Balok. But that's not the end. What elevates this to a must-see is the conclusion. Balok's ship had been badly damaged in the struggle, and rather than leaving him to die, Kirk decides to beam over with McCoy and Bailey to help. What they find is not the scary 1950s-style alien that had been battling them, as it turns out that was just a fright dummy, but a jovial, friendly explorer like themselves. He is played by Clint Howard, brother of the now well-known director Ron Howard. Balok had been merely testing them to see if their intentions were actually peaceful. It is decided to have a cultural exchange, and Bailey will remain with Balok as a representative. At one time, Star Trek was about peace. And there you have it. If your friends do ask, recommend this episode. And have a Tranya on me. If you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.